I started my first agency with $400 in my pocket after paying my rent. Today, I run an agency doing 7 figures a month. But here's the thing. I made almost every possible mistake getting there. I burned out, I hired the wrong people, I chased the wrong clients, I built the wrong systems, and honestly, I wasted years figuring out shit that someone could have just told me. So if I could go back and talk to my 24-year-old self, the guy who was grinding on Fiverr, desperate to make it work, here's exactly what I'd say. And if you're running an agency right now, whether you're at zero or stuck at $500K a month, this is going to save you a lot of pain. So let me paint the picture for you. I'm 24 years old. I just moved to Toronto because I thought I could get a better job. I had $400 left after paying my first month's rent and I couldn't find work. So I went on YouTube, learned how to make Shopify stores, and started knocking on doors, literally asking store owners if they needed a website. That hustle got me my first client. Then I found Fiverr. I became a top-rated seller. I was doing everything under the sun, from design to development to project management. I thought I had to be good at everything. But here's what nobody tells you when you're starting out. The things that got you your first 10K a month are exactly the same things that are going to keep you stuck there. And I learned this the hard way. Lesson number 1. You don't need to be good at everything. You need to be great at one thing and delegate the rest. When I started, I thought being a good agency owner meant I had to do it all. Sales, fulfillment, operations, finance, customer support, everything. And you know what? I got pretty good at it. But that was the problem. See, when you're good at something you hate, you get stuck doing it. I was good at project management, but I hated it. But because I was good at it, I kept doing it. And every hour I spent managing projects was an hour I wasn't spending on sales or strategy or building the business. Here's what I wish someone had told me at that point. Your job as a founder is not to do everything. Your job is to do the thing that only you can do and pay other people for the rest. For me, that's sales, that's strategy, that's building relationships with enterprise clients. That's what I'm world class at. Everything else, I hire for it. So if you're sitting there right now thinking, I can't afford to hire someone, I get it. I've been there. But here's the truth. You can't afford not to hire someone because every hour you spend doing $20 an hour work is an hour you're not doing $1,000 an hour work. And that brings me to lesson 2, which is probably the most painful one I learned. Lesson number 2, you're going to hire the wrong people. And that's okay. You just need to fire them fast. I made this mistake over and over again. I hired people because I liked them, because they were nice, because I felt bad for them, because they reminded me of me when I was struggling. And you know what happened? They almost destroyed my business. I had employees who stole clients from me to start their own agencies. I had people who just didn't perform and I kept them on because I treated my company like a family instead of a sports team. Here's the thing. When you treat your company like a family, you make emotional decisions. You keep people around who aren't performing because they're going through something or they're trying to do their best. But when you treat a company like a sports team, you make performance-based decisions. And that's what you need to do in order to scale. Now, I'm not saying to be heartless. I'm just saying be clear. Set expectations, measure performance, and if someone's not hitting the standard repeatedly, you have to make the hard call. Because here's what I learned. Every month you keep the wrong person in your team, you're not just losing their salary, you're losing the opportunity cost of having the right person in that seat. You're losing team morale, you're losing momentum. The best thing I ever did for my business was learning to fire fast. And speaking of momentum, lesson 3 is about something that almost killed my first agency. Lesson number 3, focus is your superpower, but not the way you think. Most agency owners think they have a focus problem. They don't. They have an overexposure problem. You're not unfocused, you're overexposed to too many options, too many offers, too many inputs. And here's what that looks like in real life. Let's say you've got 5 service offerings, 3 different ICPs, 2 pricing models, you're testing TikTok, LinkedIn, and cold email at the same time. You've got half-built systems everywhere. And you call it ambition, but it's not ambition. It's fragmentation disguised as ambition. Here's the thing about agencies. Growth doesn't fail loudly. It dissolves slowly. You don't wake up one day realizing you're stuck. You just notice that 6 months went by and nothing really moved. And the reason is simple. You're executing too many things at once. Every time I've seen an agency stall, and I've seen hundreds of them at this point, it wasn't because they needed more ideas. It was because they were executing too many things at once. The best agencies don't win by doing more. They win by narrowing the battlefield. So what does focus actually mean for an agency? It's not about working harder. It's not about discipline. It's about saying no faster to more things. One ICP, one core offer, one growth priority at a time, one definition of winning per quarter. That's it. And I know what you're thinking, but what if I lose clients? What if I miss opportunities? Here's the uncomfortable truth. Focus feels risky because it removes escape routes. Most founders avoid focus because it forces accountability. If you're doing 10 things and they all fail, you can blame the market. But if you're doing one thing and it fails, that's on you. But here's what actually happens when you focus. Focus compounds effort. Distraction resets momentum. When you focus, your team gets clarity. Your clients get better results. Your sales process gets tighter. Everything accelerates. I've seen agencies go from 10K to 90K in 4 months just by cutting services. Same team, same skills, just focused. Every real breakthrough I've ever seen came after someone cut things, not added them. So here's what I need you to do. Look at your agency right now and ask yourself, what can I cut? What service offering is dragging us down? What ICP is wasting our time? What marketing channel is giving you nothing? Cut it today. Because the market doesn't reward people who do a lot of things. The market rewards people who do one thing better than anyone else. Be the best at one thing. And once you understand why focus feels dangerous to most agency owners, you'll see exactly why so few break through. Which brings me to lesson 4. And this one is about one of the biggest lies you've ever been told. Lesson number 4. Burnout is not a badge of honor, and working 16-hour days doesn't make you a hero. I used to wear my burnout like it was a medal. Oh, I only slept 4 hours last night. I haven't taken a day off in 6 months. I'm grinding 16-hour days. And you know what? I thought that made me tough. I thought that's what it took to win. But here's the truth. I was just bad at business. If you're working 16 hours every single day, you don't have a business, you have a stressful job. And it's a shitty job because you can't even quit. Your goal is not to work more hours. Your goal is to build systems and hire people so you can work less and make more. I learned this the hard way. In 2021, I got really sick. I was burnt out. I thought, I'm done. I'm going to retire. And I started planning for my retirement and realized I had nothing else to do. Retirement sounded miserable. So I asked myself, what will my dream life look like? And the answer was making YouTube videos to help agency owners grow their businesses. And I realized that's basically what I'm doing now. So I guess I'm already retired. So I made a decision. I'm going to get rid of everything I hate about the job and only keep the few things that I love doing. And that's where everything changed. So here's my advice. Don't wait until you burn out to make this decision. Build your business in a way that's actually sustainable from day one. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. Take care of your body. Say no to things that drain you. Protect your energy like it's your most valuable asset. Because guess what? It is. And that energy, you're going to need it for lesson number 5, which is all about one skill that will make you more money than anything else. Lesson number 5 is learn to sell to enterprise. This skill is what will 10x your business. Most agency owners are stuck chasing 5K a month clients. And there's nothing wrong with that when you're starting out. But if you want to scale past 500K a month, you need to learn how to close 50K, 100K, and 200K deals. And that requires a completely different skill set. Small clients buy on price. Enterprise clients buy on value and trust. Small clients see your portfolio. Enterprise clients want to see your process. Small clients make decisions in days. Enterprise clients make decisions in months. Over the last 12 years, I've closed about $25 million in enterprise sales. I've worked with companies like Shopify, BigCommerce, Dyson, Panasonic, Electronic Arts, HBO Max, Amazon Prime, Nike, and the list goes on. But here's what I learned. Enterprise sales is not about being the cheapest. It's about being the most trusted. You need to know how to navigate corporate hierarchies. You need to know how to find the real decision maker. You need to know how to nurture a lead for 6 months without losing momentum. You need to know how to present value in a way that makes a 200K investment feel like a no-brainer. And here's the beautiful part. Once you learn this skill, you can charge 10x more for the same work because enterprise clients don't care about hourly rate. They care about the outcome. So if you're serious about scaling your agency, you need to get serious about learning enterprise sales. Read books, take courses, find a mentor who's done it before. Or you could work with someone who's already closed $25 million in enterprise deals and can show you exactly how to do it. Wink. Which brings me to the final lesson. And this is the one that ties everything together. Lesson number 6. You need a mentor. You can't do this alone. I spent $1.5 million on coaching and consulting over the last 12 years. And that's the best money I've ever spent. Because here's the thing, every mistake I made, someone else had made it before me. Every problem I faced, someone else had already solved it. Every roadblock I hit, someone else had already figured out how to get around it. But I didn't know those people, so I had to start by figuring it out all by myself. And it cost me years. Years of trial and error. Years of making the same mistake over and over. Years of being stuck at the same revenue level because I didn't know what I didn't know. And that's why I started the agency business. Because I wanted to be the mentor I never had. I work one-on-one with agency owners who are stuck between 0 and 500K a month. We meet every week for 4 months. We build your systems, we fix your offers, we dial in your positioning, we build your sales process, and we get you unstuck. And I don't just give you theory. I give you the exact frameworks I've used to build and exit 3 agencies. I open up my entire network, vendors, clients, and other agency owners. I give you access to me on WhatsApp, so whenever you get stuck, you can just message me and get unstuck fast. I only work with 6 agencies every quarter because I can't scale myself, but I have 2 spots left right now. I've helped agencies go from 15K to 90K a month in 4 months. I've helped agencies go from 0 to 20K a month in the same time. I've helped agencies break through plateaus that I've been stuck through for years. And I make it super affordable. I charge based on your revenue. So we work together for 4 months, we get you unstuck, and that's it. Look, you can keep trying to figure this out yourself. You can keep making the same mistake over and over. You can keep wasting years. Or you can work with someone who's already done it and who's already been there. So let me recap what we covered today. You don't need to be good at everything. You need to master one thing. Hire slow and fire fast. Treat your company like a sports team. Focus is your superpower. One thing, all in. Burnout is not a badge of honor. Build sustainably. Learn to sell to enterprise. That's where the real money is. And finally, get a mentor because you shouldn't have to do this alone. So if you're an agency owner right now and you're stuck, whether you're at 0 or 500K a month, you have everything you need in this video to start making progress. But if you want to move faster, if you want someone who's already done it to show you exactly how to do it, then click the link below and book a call with me. We'll talk about where you're at and where you want to go and if I can help you get there. And if you're not ready for that yet, that's cool too. Subscribe to the channel. I put out new videos every single week, breaking down how you grow and scale your agency. I'm Damiano, and I'll see you on the next one.